What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Asian Precision Gaming. Today's video is going to cover 10 tips that will improve your island life. We're going to go over everything from crafting to breeding flowers. These tips will definitely make the most of your island life. So if you do enjoy this video, please hit that like button. It does help out my channel a lot. And also turn on post notifications so that you don't miss a video. And with all that being said, let's get started. Alright, so the first tip we have is going to be crafting faster. So when you're making DIY recipes, it can definitely be frustrating at times to go through the slow animations every time you have to create something new. So in order to speed up that process, you can actually press the A button drastically a few times in quick succession. Once your character starts crafting, this will speed up that animation and allow you to craft items at a more faster pace, just making for an overall efficient process. I also should note that this also works for when you are talking to animals. If you press B, it will make the conversation go faster. Alright, the next tip is optimizing your inventory. So you want to make sure you have the max amount of spaces, which is 40, and you do so by using your Nook miles at the Nook stop at the resident services tent. I personally like to have 2 of every harvesting tool. You can change it up and, move things around how you want to. You can also move items around by going on an item and holding A and then moving it to your desired location. And also you can note that once you get 30 pieces of something like wood, it will automatically start using a new inventory slot. Another quick one is the tool ring, and this allows you to quickly access all your tools. You can organize them however you want, and it makes it much more efficient for cycling through the different tools that you have. Alright, so move carefully is actually going to be the next tip we have here. So pressing B while you move will actually cause you to run, and this scares off bugs and fish, and it can also ruin freshly planted flowers, so definitely have to be careful there. However, if you do press down A while you have the net, it will actually cause you to sneak and make it easier to catch bugs and insects and moths and other things that you find around your island. This is honestly the best way to creep up on insects like moths and catch them efficiently. You can also use this method to catch tarantulas and scorpions when you encounter them. So basically all you have to do is slowly walk toward them with your net up and stop as soon as their legs start shaking. When they stop, you can proceed and then pretty much rinse and repeat. So this next tip is to make your money trees better, and I already have one right here. And they come from a glowing spot in the ground. You dig the bells up, bury them back in the hole, and it sprouts another bell tree in 2 to 3 days. However, you can change the amount you put in, and you can do that by selecting the bells right here and choosing how much you want to take out. And when you rebury them, you actually have a chance to sprout a bell that will yield you 10,000 bells. So it's really just a matter of luck, but it is definitely worth a shot. Alright, so the next tip here is going to help you improve your island rating, and it's pretty simple. All you have to do is go to Isabel at Resident Services and take her advice literally. If she says you need more fencing, then craft some more fencing, or if it comes down to maybe you have to put out more items that you've crafted yourself, it's pretty much exactly what she's saying. So pay close attention to the hints that she gives and just make sure you're following through with them. One more thing to note for improving your island rating is you'll also want to make sure you have a balance of decoration items, furniture, fencing, flowers, and on that note, you'll also want to make sure you pick up the tree branches and weeds as soon as you see them, as they can definitely bring down your island rating. So this next tip is going to be visiting with the island visitors. So pretty much each day on your island, there's a chance that you'll have a special visitor, and you'll definitely want to interact with them. They'll either be hanging out in your plaza or wandering around, or even pass out on the beach if it's Gulliver, for example. However, you're going to want to make sure you interact with them because they can give you a new DIY recipe, maybe a new donation for your museum, maybe a new piece of decoration for your island. Pretty much they have a lot to offer, so be on the lookout for them and definitely interact with them. Another thing to quickly note is you'll also want to maintain contact and talk with your neighbors on a daily basis, as they can offer bells, presents, and even new reactions for your character, so definitely keep in touch with them. Next up, we're going to talk about growing hybrid flowers. So hybrid flowers grow when certain types of flowers are blooming near one another, and there's all sorts of guides out there for growing, specific kinds of hybrid flowers. But pretty much my best advice for you is to plant the same type of flower in a 5x5 plot. That way you can leave room for other flowers to grow around them. And then obviously you'll want to water them every day. The more you water them, the more likely it is to grow those special hybrids. The next tip on the list is to make sure that you are always shaking down all of the trees on the Mystery Island tour. Reason being is there's at least one piece of furniture in them, so make sure you check all the trees. However, you will want to make sure that you have your net out when you do, because there is a chance that a wasp nest will fall out, and if you don't catch it in time, they will sting you. However, you can catch the wasp if they come out. I personally like to kind of get a running start and stay ahead of them, turn around, and then press A. But you can also press A as soon as they spawn, and if you're quick enough, you'll catch them. This next tip you may already know, but if you eat a piece of fruit, you can actually use it to break a rock on the island if you want to get rid of it. And this is also cool because you can also use this same trick to move any tree on any of the islands. All you have to do is dig it up and it goes right into your inventory, and then you can actually replant it instantly. There's no chopping down, nothing of the such. It's just a pretty straightforward process and makes it pretty easy. Lastly, we have the Turnip Market. So Daisy May will come to your island every Sunday and sell turnips in bundles of 10. And what you want to do here is buy low and sell high. So a good thing to do is to go to Reddit and find islands with high buying prices throughout the week. Now, this may be somewhat of a time-consuming process, but if you are determined and want to make a profit, this is honestly the best way to go. So I had just done this process this past week, and I made a profit of about just over 700,000 bells, so it's definitely worth it. And then one important thing to note is that the turnips will rot after a week, so if you don't find a good price or kind of mess with the time settings on the Switch, they'll go bad. Alright, that wraps up today's video, so if you guys did enjoy the content, go ahead and hit that like button. It does help out the channel, and if you feel like it, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. And I'm also excited to announce that we just hit over 200 followers on Facebook for Level Up, which is where I stream daily, so go ahead and feel free to check that out if you have not already. And in order to stay up to date with everything that's going on, don't forget to check out my Instagram and Twitter. I post daily there with all my streaming updates and everything that's going on with the channel, so feel free to check all those out. And again, thank you guys, I appreciate all the support, and I will see you next time.